Hello, Antonus. Thanks for meeting us in La Cartonnerie in Paris. Can you tell a little bit more about yourself first?
Well, Sebastian, I'm glad to be here with you at the Sick Place opening, and I want to explain what is Antonus' work here and why today Antonus is making replicas of the classic vintage synthesizer ARP 2600, and what is the reason to do that today. Because first of all, I was a musician. I was very passionate of the very early vintage synthesizer, analog synthesizers, and I feel love with that sound and with the philosophy of the instrument. And our goal is to make replicas of the ARP 2600 with the basic sound and with the interface of the synthesizer and the quality and the design of the synthesizer.
And how did you choose the components? Is it exactly the same circuit? Is it different?
Yes.
The quality, did you research from old components, equivalents? And what about the size? Is it so heavy and big, or the size is a little bit different?
We choose to make a replica with the shape of the instrument and with the electronic of the instrument.
Yes.
So it's the same sound and the same electronic. Only change the slider technology because we are using today illuminated sliders.
Yes, and you can choose the colors, right?
You can choose the color, and also you can choose the Tolex color.
Yeah, yeah.
You can customize your instrument with the Tolex, the cover color and the LED color.
And for the color, you can choose black, of course.
Of course, the classic.
Original, and,
the
you
classic.
can choose any color.
Yes, we have a color card in our website, so you can choose with different colors like beige, blue, red, and in the future we are expanding the possibilities.
Okay, so you have three setups. You have the IRP 2600.
Yes, we started with the ARP 2600, and we expanded with the sequencer, the Antonus stepbrother sequencer, that is a sequencer plus different modules to expand the possibilities of the synthesizer and the sequencer, of course. And also the last addition is the sidecar. The sidecar is the option you can expand your Antonus system with your preferred modules of Eurorack with different brands. So you can combine every sound and every connection is possible with the Eurorack wall.
And what kind of music is it made for?
Many styles of music can take profit with that, because the classic sound of the ARP is the basis sound of the many early recordings of the rock, electronic, dance music. So you can use this sound, this classic sound, to make replicas, to make styles, vintage styles or new styles.
And how many years did it take to do this project? Because it's heavy work.
Heavy work.
Are you an electronic engineer?
Yes, I am sound engineer. I don't have the technician electronic, but I am a professional sound engineer. So I started to learn about the electronics and to mix between my skills of sound technician. So I started to blend the electronic with the musician world, and so my passion was the classic sound. So the ARP was my goal to work. Okay,
and if I want to buy the full bundle, I have to be very rich, or is it a reasonable price?
You can purchase the full bundle, or you can purchase the sidecar alone, or the ARP. And of course, if you want to purchase the full system, you can take more benefits of the discounts and many goods to expand, like stands. So you you can connect the different elements of the sequencer or the sidecar in different positions. And also we are designing different stands so you can combine in vertical or in horizontal way.
It's modified?
It's modified, of course. The instruments, the 2600 and the stepbrother have a MIDI input.
And
possibly.
for alimentation, for voltage?
You can select the standard voltage of the European voltage on the USA voltage.
110 or 240, so for Japan.
You can ask for us for your country specification, and we work for your specification.
And what is your next project after that?
Well,
because
maybe
it's a long dream.
Yes.
Holidays?
Yes. This is a secret, and you are asking me for a secret. I can ask. I can tell you a little secret about that.
Is it like with the keyboard, coming with a keyboard, or?
Yes. Yes. We are working in that direction, and we are working in a keyboard that can combine excellent with the Antonus system, or can combine excellent with any kind of analog or vintage instrument. So the idea is have a CB keyboard, a voltage control keyboard,
and maybe both MIDI.
With MIDI and with CB control. So the idea is a very performatic keyboard with very inspired to be connected with modular setup.
Interesting. And is it going to be a big one, or like?
Must be the rules of the shape of the system, because our design rules is follow the shape of the instrument. So will be about 3 octaves more or less, a lot of expression controls, because we want to make a very expressive controls. After touch, maybe a very creative arpeggiator, and maybe an extra sound features to add, but need to work in that direction.
And maybe a little word about the sequencer, because for the ARP it's almost a real ARP, but for the sequencer I think you put some innovation. If you compare to the original from ARP. So what is the innovation and the new stuff that you did put in the sequencer?
First of all, we choose to follow the rules of design of the Tolex construction, and the philosophy of the instrument is the case itself. This is the first modification about the classic ARP sequencer, and we add some interesting features to the ARP sequencer, and we also add a clock divider, very creative clock divider with many different dividers features, and we also add envelope generator, an oscillator in high frequency and low frequency oscillator, and 2 VCAs to work. And also, of course, have MIDI inputs. So all is fit in a transport case.
So you can use it like for drum, with
and also the dividers, processing, for sequencing, sound processing, and also the stepbrother have a voice itself, because you can make the sequencer sing. Because have an oscillator, have an envelope generator, and have a VCA.
And you have some people that use only the sequencer, or usually they take first the ARP and then they add the sequencer?
We have customers using the stepbrother in a very different ways, because there are people that like to use the stepbrother like a graphic oscillator or the frequency divider oscillator to expand the sonic possibilities of any modular setup. Or are people using the stepbrother like a classic step sequencer, but also adding a lot of new features of this. So it's very musical, very experimental, very fresh sequencer, and very intuitive, very direct. Different than the sequencers that you need to program step by step. This is designed to flow, to compose and to experiment.
I'm very happy. Thank you.
I do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to you, Seb.